Hello YouTube, Josh here, and today I first of all want to apologise. I didn't get a movie release roundup up last week because it took me until this weekend to see the Children Act. I didn't want to sort of just jump the gun and do it. But this video is going to be talking about everything released from the 24th to the 31st of August, which is, if I'm remembering correctly, it's BlacKkKlansman, Slenderman. What's the other films I did that day? I actually can't remember all of it. Alpha, Lewis and the Aliens. What was the other ones? Upgrade, the Children Act, and Yardie. Oh, and Searching as well. They're all the films we're going to be covering. Action Point was not released locally to me, so I'm just going to skip that one. I mean, if I get a chance to see it, I'll see it, but I'll add it in a bonus of another weekly roundup. But yeah. The first film that I saw out of all of these was actually Searching. I saw it way back in July in unlimited screening. I did post a reaction to it, so I'm not going to spend too long on this, but it is an amazing film. Highly recommend you guys see it. It is a little bit predictable, but tries not to be predictable. Like, I saw where certain elements were going, and it acted like certain elements weren't going to go that way, which it just sort of it almost felt a little bit condescending, but I still really enjoyed it. I thought the film had amazing performances. Stylistically, it was on point, and I definitely recommend you guys go see Searching, especially on a big screen as well. It looked good. So yeah, that was the first film I saw that got any kind of release. That film gets an 8.9. The next film I saw was BlacKkKlansman. I saw that on the 25th of August, and the film was really good. I loved the performances. Everyone was top notch, and I thought the film was surprisingly funny at points. I loved how when he first calls up the KKK, everybody just turns and looks at him. Not even at the first, as soon as he starts talking, but as he goes on, more people just start to turn around, and it was so funny. It worked so well. The film does sort of falter though with its style. I thought the music was very tonally confused, it just didn't fit, but it still worked really well. And it did. I love the 70s feel to it as well. The film is set, I think, in 79, and it does work really well. It does create the 79 atmosphere really well, and I thought the film worked really well. It just also could have used a bit of a tighter pace, and yeah, the style just could have been a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit more consistent. But yeah, I'm going to give this film an 8.5 out of 10. So the next film I saw was Lewis and the Aliens, and when you get down to it, this film is bad, but there was something just sort of fun about the absurdity of it. By the last third of the film, I was fully on board with the absurdity and just having a fun time, laughing at the ridiculousness. It didn't take me out of it. It's sort of the ridiculousness was the film, and I just loved the absurdity of it. But for the first 2/3, it takes a while for you to fully accept it, because it tries to be normal. If the film didn't try and be a normal kids film, then I would have probably embraced the madness of it so much more, and it probably would have actually been a fun time for the whole thing. But as it stands, it's only really the last third that picks up and it truly embraces the absurdity. So this film just didn't impress me. It is worse than your run-of-the-mill bad, because I was laughing for so long, but it's not down with the horrifically bads. So I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. The next film I saw was Alpha, which was a pleasant surprise, actually. The film feels very hollow. It feels like you can just watch it, have a good time, and that's it. The visuals, while impressive in scope, not really impressive in execution, they didn't all impress me. But what I will say is that the film is just entertaining. Its pacing is okay. The film sort of really markets you the second half. The first half is much more of a lone survivor kind of tale, which kind of annoyed me a little bit. We get to the second half and he's just met the dog, but I feel like it still works. And yeah, the films are fun. It's an okay time in the cinema. I'm not going to recommend you guys run out to see it, but I do recommend, if you guys do like the look of the trailers, do go see it. It's not as boring as it looks. I'm going to give this film a 7.4 out of 10. So the next film I watched was Slender-Man, and this was bad, okay? This film is horrendous. I would rather watch Show Dogs over this. Yeah, I would rather watch Show Dogs over Slender-Man. Yeah, and I prefer horror to kids' films. So yeah, Slender-Man is, first of all, it's incoherent. It's like, if I did this, that's what it's like looking at Slender-Man sometimes. It just feels like, it feels like I'm playing Limbo, but it's much less artistic. Sorry, I just accidentally cut the recording. Yeah, it feels like I'm playing Limbo. It just really, like, it's not as artistic, and it really, really drags down the experience. And the film, last year, Flatliners gave us Sex Scene of the Year with, if I remember, I'll cut my reaction in here. So, the only thing that I took away from Flatliners was... yeah, that's my imitation of the sex scene. Anyway, this film does better. It does one better. It has just as funny a sex scene. It's not even funnier, because for the whole film, I hated it. And then that scene, I just laughed. And there was another bit later on, I can't even remember what happened. I just remember giving in and laughing at how bad it was. The film is so incompetent, it's incoherent. There are asylum films that I like more than this, okay? There's a asylum film released this year, Tomb Invader. I liked it more because it at least felt like it was embracing the cheesiness of it a little bit. Like, this film doesn't even know what it is. It feels like there's horror imagery for the sake of horror imagery. Nothing serves the story. The story is ridiculous. The characters are stupid. The acting is horrifically bad. The film just... it is horrendous. I honestly don't have any words. Like, it's almost ineffable as to how bad it is. Like, I don't know if any cinematic release could be worse. I've seen worse on home video, but I don't think any cinematic release could be worse. This gets a 1 out of 10, this film. So, the next film I saw was The Happy Time Murders, which, yeah, this film, it also felt hollow, but it was funny. It was, I can't lie, I laughed. I was never bored throughout the film, but the film, I came out sort of feeling hollow, like there was more that could have been done with the film's concept. And hang on a second. Sorry, I just realised that there's going to be a train coming in right now. But yeah, the film could have done so much more with its concept. But it felt like it just took film noir. It didn't spoof it. It just did a film noir with puppets. And it swore. That's all that happened. And the film was funny. It was a good time, and I recommend watching it if it's on Netflix or on DVD. But as a cinematic release, I don't know. It feels like it would have been better on Netflix. Like, I thought the film was really funny. There were times I was really laughing, but there were missteps like the narration and things like that I just didn't like. I didn't love. I didn't love the way the film felt hollow, and it felt like it had so much more potential than it actually did. The film gets a 7.5 out of 10. So yeah, I still liked it. I did enjoy it. It just felt like there was so much more it could do. The next film I saw was a film called Yardie. This film, okay, it's not the best thing I've seen this weekend, but it's one of the best films of the year. Yeah, this weekend was good. So, Yardie was so much fun. It was, well, not fun, it was so good. The acting was brilliant. I was engaged by the story from pretty much start to finish. Some of the characters, especially the brother of the main character, D, Jerry, his name is, he is so likable, and it's so good. I loved his performance. I loved all of the acting. All of the acting here was great. I loved the story. It felt, a lot of people, I know there was a critic, Joe Julians, he said that the film felt like unfocused, or not unfocused, he said that it didn't know what to focus on, and everything felt like an afterthought. I can't remember if that's not the exact wording, but I think that's the general gist of what he said. But I kind of think that, I kind of like that. It's sort of like, it made it feel more complicated. Like, there was more going on in his life than there is in a normal film. Like, there was more going on, and it made the plot, it sort of started off, when it does hone in on the revenge plot, it makes it feel sort of more personal, because we've seen how the scope of it, we've seen the scope how it's over multiple countries, and there's loads of things going on. But when that all wraps up and it's just the climax and it's just the revenge, it feels so much more personal, and it feels like we're zooming in. And I actually really like that. I really liked all the performances as well, especially the villain Rico. I just thought his performance was so fun. It was so over the top, and while that has been a downfall for some people, it worked for me because it made him seem more intimidating. Like, we had so many grounded characters who looked like you could reason with them. A lot of them felt like you could reason with them. Yet, Rico did not feel like you could reason with him. There was a line in the trailer where it says, Rico is a liability. I fully believed that with this performance. And, yeah, I really liked it. It felt like you couldn't reason with him, when everyone else felt like you could reason with them. So, yeah. Yardie is one of my favourite films this year. The visuals, first of all, the visuals are amazing, and so is the soundtrack. This film makes me wish I was in 1983 London, in the underground, like almost MC scene. It feels like they're not rapping, because rap wasn't really popular, but it seems like they're almost rapping over these beats that I absolutely love. I love the production, and this soundtrack, along with Black Panther, is up there for one of my favourites this year. So yeah, this film gets a 9.6 out of 10. I really love this film. But then we get The Children Act, which is a good film. And I keep trying to call it the Child Act. I think I even did in earlier on. But The Children Act is a good film. I really enjoyed, especially the first half. The first half I really enjoyed, seeing the main character played by Emma Thompson do her judge thing really well. And it felt like the stuff at home was sort of dragging it down. And the thing, I was really compelled with the story about the Jehovah's Witness boy until sort of halfway through, and it sort of felt a little bit ridiculous to me. Like, it really dragged the pacing down, and I found myself getting quite bored throughout the film. It felt really slow, but throughout the beginning, I was really engaged, and it did keep me interested throughout the rest of the film. It just went in a direction that I wasn't as interested in. I still like this film, and I still think it's worth a watch, maybe on TV, and it's definitely a good film. I'm going to give it a 7.7 out of 10. I'm not going to dwell too long on that. Now, this next film is the reason I couldn't gush over Yardie too much, because Upgrade, I just came out of that 20 minutes ago. Oh my god, in fact, how long ago? 25 minutes ago I came out of that film. Oh my god. This film, go and see it in the cinemas. Go and see it if you have an American import Blu-ray. Go and see Upgrade. Go and see Upgrade. Go and see Upgrade now. Just go and see it. This film was amazing. First of all, the action, the way it's filmed, it was really visceral. I was on the edge of my seat, almost falling onto the seat in front of me. I had so much fun with this film. The action, the way the camera moved, with the way the camera tracked Logan Marshall, what's his name? Logan Marshall Hardy. Oh, I call him that. He's Logan Marshall Green. Like, his performance was amazing, but he looks a lot like Tom Hardy. And this if this is what Venom is like, if we get a Venom, if this film makes me wish Lee Whannell directed Venom, I just want Lee Whannell to direct Venom. I don't care for this Venom, scrap it. Postpone the release. Let's keep the Eminem song, but postpone the release, and then give us Lee Whannell directed Venom, because this film was amazing. Upgrade, the direction, the camera work, the visuals, everything blew me out of the water. I absolutely adored this film. I love the performances as well. The way, like, Logan Marshall Green has so much to do in this film, and he does it all amazingly. He's honestly one of the best performances I've seen this year. And the action, I'm struggling to pick one scene to say is the best out of the film. There are multiple scenes, and in fact, even the climax, even though it's not a fight scene, it's one of the most visceral internal struggles I've ever seen. And I love the man versus machine themes. I love it all. It is so good. And I even love the ending. I really want a sequel to this. so badly want to see another Upgrade. I don't think there's been a film this year that I've said, yes, I really want a sequel. Like, because I know we're going to get more Marvel films. Okay, that is a guarantee almost. This is the first film that I'm thinking, wow, I could use a sequel to this. This does not need to be a standalone film. If we got an Upgrade trilogy, just a trilogy, that's all we need, a trilogy, it would probably be one of the best trilogies of the year. Of recent memory. And can we just say, right, this film, the only film that I think can top this action-wise coming up is John Wick Chapter 3, because I've seen a picture, okay, I've seen a video even, a set video of John Wick on a horse shooting a guy on a motorbike. Come on, that's gonna be good. But this film, okay, this is A1, okay, this is an amazing film. This is, oh wow, this is one of my favourites this year. This is one of the best this year, 9.9 out of 10. So yeah, in this weekend's order, I'd say it goes Upgrade, Yardie, Searching, Black Klansman. What was the next one? Oh yeah, The Children Act, The Happy Time Murders, Alpha, Lewis and the Aliens, and Slenderman. But yeah, in that order. Also, guys, stay tuned. I'm going to start a series. We are still working on 50 foreign films. It's just something where we're coordinating another series where we're doing it together. Right now, we're both about to start college, so as soon as we get our schedule sorted, things will be easier. But I, myself, am going to do a series where I rank every film that got released this summer. Starting with Avengers, which I actually picked up on Blu-ray today, yeah. Starting with Avengers Infinity War and ending with Upgrade. I'm going to be ranking them in order of what I thought. The first upload is going to be the worst. The last upload is going to be the best. So yeah, hope you guys are looking forward to that. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.